Here we go!
What's going on, the friends? My name is M238, and welcome to my brand new Let's Play of Super Mario 3D Land for the Nintendo 3DS. Oh man, I have been wanting to LP this game for a very, very long time, and now I finally have the ability to LP this game. So let's go ahead and start. This is my first time doing an LP of a 3DS game, and I'm really excited to present this. As you can see, we have a completed file over here. This is Alyssa's file, actually. She started playing this game a little bit on my 3DS. And then here's going to be our file, so let's go ahead and start a new game.
To play!
Oh man, Bowser. You seem to can't learn your lesson, can you? Well, anyway, we're drawn up to a world map, and now we're about to begin our first level. So let's go ahead and do it.
Let's go!
Alright, 1-1. 1-1. Very basic level here. There is, right off the bat, quite a lot to go over, since given that this is my first 3DS LP, and there is quite a good handful of features that this game has to offer for it being one of the launch titles for the 3DS. This is one of the earliest games on the 3DS that pretty much features what the 3DS is pretty much capable of. So the controls in this game, I want to say it's a mixture, at least like mechanically, the game is pretty much like a mixture of, let's say, Mario 64, Mario Galaxy, and Super Mario Bros. 3, pretty much. So, in this game, you can run, you can jump, you have long jumps, and then we have this mechanic right here, which, without the Tanuki Suit, you can do a roll jump. Or if you have the Tanuki Suit, then you can do it's called a twirl jump, pretty much. So, that's pretty cool. You don't triple jump like you do in 3D Mario's. But you do gain extra heights, of course, when you have more momentum, just like in typical physics, pretty much. But yeah, you're open up to a bunch of different movement options throughout the game. It's pretty cool. Other side notes is you can also ground pound, you can backflip, which is not really that useful in this game. Let's see. Oh god, there's a lot to go over. One really cool thing about this game, first off, if I do this right, which hopefully I do, on the first try, is... Oh wait, hold on. Get some lives! So, here you can get a lot of lives right here. It's a pretty good way to farm lives, but I'm not going to spend too much time on that. It's pretty cool. The Firefly makes a return in this game. It's not really that good in this game, unfortunately, so I am going to go ahead and switch back to the Tanuki Suit. Alright, oh man, there's like so much to go over here, and not enough time. But I'm gonna try my best. Yeah, you can actually go up here, right here, and this actually allows you to skip a bunch of levels in this game, but we're not gonna be doing that. That's not fun. We're gonna be doing fun stuff, and we're not the boring stuff here. Another really cool thing about this game is that you can actually change how strong you want the fury to be using the D-pad, which is really nice. There's also a soft reset option. Not a lot of 3DS games have this, where you just press a combination of buttons and then it just resets the game. So that's pretty nice. Alright, so on the world map, we have these mystery boxes here, and you have to get everything before the time runs out. In this case, you have to defeat those Goomba pictures, and then you get rewarded with a star medal, pretty much. So that's nice. Alright, so in this game, returning from Super Mario Bros. 3, we have the Tanuki Suit. In this modern era of video games, a lot of people probably haven't grown up with Super Mario Bros. 3. So people are really fascinated by the Tanuki Suit. It's like, oh man, this power-up is so brand new, and well, it's not really that brand new if you start playing Mario 3. Let's see. This is really fun right here, because this block right here contains an infinite amount of coins. So you can just mash as fast as you can and get as many coins as you'd like. But yeah, so the Tanuki Suit works kind of similar to the Tanuki Suit from Mario 3, where you can descend slowly downwards, so it makes platforming easier. You can also tail spin, and the tail spin allows you to grab things too. So you can whack blocks. You can, and if you're trying to get coins and whatnot from a distance, then you can do that with a tail spin. It's really cool. There's also other features later, and then of course we have the Fire Flower, which also makes a return in this game. Anyway, the Fire Flower also makes a return in this game. Unfortunately, it's not really that useful, but there are still points in the game where the Fire Flower is necessary. So we'll get to those in a bit. And then there's also more power-ups, which we will get to later. Alright, so we are now 3 levels in, and we're making pretty quick progress here. So 100% is per usual in traditional LPs of this channel. So in order to 100% this game, well, actually, first off, here we have this level here. This is a completely optional level, so that's actually really cool. These type of levels right here, you need a certain amount of star coins in order to star medals. Sorry, you need a certain amount of star medals in order to access these levels, which is actually pretty nice. And of course, we're going to be showing all of them. So yeah, 100% is per usual. This is actually a pretty big game if you want to 100% the game. Otherwise, it's really not that long if you're just going through the game. But we are going to be doing everything, so it is going to be pretty long. So in order to 100% this game, you of course need to do every level. You do need all the star medals in the game. Every level has 3 star medals in order to get. They call it star medals in this game for some reason, and I don't really like that term. Just because I prefer star coins, because that's what they are in other Mario games. But yeah, star medal. But yeah, we're gonna get all the star medals in all the levels. And then later on, there's other requirements too, which I will go over later because those are like major spoilers later on in the game. Oh yeah, another requirement is that you need to beat the level, every level, while grabbing the very top of every flagpole. So you do have to get a 1-up for every. You do have to get a 1-up for every level at least, pretty much, which is nice. But getting to the top of the flagpole in a level is not really that bad. Some levels are kind of painful for that, but it's really not that bad. So we gotta go ahead and head up here in order to get this star medal over here. And there we go. But yeah, so that's so far 4 things that I mentioned in order to 100% the game. And like I said, there's a fifth requirement, which is like major spoilers. So we're not gonna go over that. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this right here, so that way I don't have to ride this entire platform all the way across the level. And there we go. There's a few tricks here and there that I know in this game, and because I used to play this game a lot. This was like my middle. This game was like my middle school, pretty much. Which is what I like. What is what I like about this game. So, a part of that muscle memory is still here, thankfully. All right, so that was 1-4, and we're gonna head off to the last level. But before that, we have a mushroom house or a toad house. These toad houses will give you items, just like typical toad houses in Mario games. In this case right here, we got a fire flower, which I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the Tanuki Suit, because I don't need the fire flower right now. Tanuki Suit is really useful in this game, so I'll be using the Tanuki Suit as much as I can. So these toad houses are not required, but if you want to 100% the world, then I guess. But overall in the game, you really don't need to do this. Alright, so now we're off to the castle. So let's go ahead and take these levels on. Another really cool thing in this game is returning from New Super Mario Bros. On the bottom screen, I don't know if I'm going to be showing this off, but on the bottom screen, you can have an extra item on the bottom screen. And it is there for reserve, so that if you do need to use that item, then all you gotta do is just click on it, which is really cool. So it's pretty nice whenever in like various like situational parts in the game, which is really nice. Alright. So we're approaching the end of this level. It's really not that long. That's kind of the case with a lot of levels here in this game. Alright, here's Bowser. And we're gonna go ahead and fight Bowser. And Bowser's pretty special. So you can go around, or you can do this. And there we go. Oh boy. Bowser, all these years where we fought you the same exact way. Oh, you just seem to never learn your lesson here. Oh, but look at that. It turned out to be a Goomba in disguise as Bowser. Wow. I wonder how these guys can disguise themselves as Bowser. I think that's pretty cool. I bet you could do that with every single time, and you would like take over the world full of Bowsers. Like, how awesome would that be? Alright, and with that, that is World 1 completed. And then now it is time to move on to the next world. So let's go ahead and do that. Also, this game does have autosave, which is kind of unfortunate for me, but yeah, we gotta deal with it. Alright, so since we do have time left, we're gonna go ahead and start World 2, so let's go ahead and get started with it. Alright. So another really cool feature about the 3DS is you can actually move it around. And this is a mechanic called gyro aiming. And this feature later got implemented in the Nintendo Switch, as well as the Nintendo Wii U gamepad, which is really cool. And in later 3DS games, the gyro controls are really nice. Some people don't like it, but I personally like it. In these rooms right here, you have a much better depth perception if you have the 3D on your 3DS. But obviously you don't need to do that. But the depth perception is just much better. So that way you can get the star medals in those rooms easier. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and head over here. Oh, let's back out. Oh my gosh. Alright, let's go ahead and do this. Okay. Don't even need those platforms over there. And then we're gonna go ahead and head over here and do this. That way we skip an extra section in the back there. And then boom! Alright. So that is 2-1. Alright. So a lot of these levels are really short. Like, it's not even because I am, like, going through these levels quickly. Like, I will show off a few cool things here and there. As long as I know where they are. But yeah, these levels are really short, so... who knows how long this LP will last. So yeah. Alright, so 2-2. This can be your first somewhat difficult level, but it's really not that hard. This game is... I may regret saying this later on, but this is the easiest game that I have ever played. And like I said, I may regret that later on, but who knows? Like, even the hardest part of this game isn't really that hard. I'm just gonna let you in on that right now. Alright, so one thing to note about this level is that as long as you get these 2 star coins, you're pretty much good, because the last star medal is at the very end of the level. And you need to at least be big. You're intended to have the Tanuki Suit. Well, you're supposed to have the Tanuki Suit at the end. But due to this mechanic right here, you don't need the Tanuki Suit. As long as you're big. If you're small, you cannot roll into those blocks and break them. So, there we go. So that is 2-2 completed. If there's a level where I end up not getting the top of the flagpole, I will complete those levels off screen. Just so it just saves time later in the LP. Pretty much. Alright, so now we're gonna go ahead and do this mystery block over here. These mystery blocks are pretty fun to do every once in a while. So we gotta go ahead and defeat these Goombas over here. And there we go. Doesn't really matter how long it takes to beat them. As long as you defeat them within the 10-second time limit, it's fine. Alright. So, there's no real specific theme in these worlds at all. Like, there's World 1 through 8, but none of these levels have, like, specific themes to them, pretty much. So you'll be seeing, like, random terrain levels, pretty much. And it makes no sense, but that's just how it goes, in this game, I guess. Alright, so this is a really cool looking level right here. We have a lot of these 8-bit references, and then we have this new thing called the propeller block, which allows you to fly, pretty much. It's pretty similar to how the propeller suit works in Mario Wii, so that's really nice. Let's see, over here we have Red Coin Challenge. There's 5 red coins this time around, and then you get your reward. And what reward you get, it varies from like level to level. Alright, so we go ahead and jump down over here. There we go. Yeah, if you get hit, you lose the propeller block. The propeller block is really useful. You can glide down, just like you can with the Tanuki Suit, no matter what power you have. It's really useful. Alright, grab that star medal right there. And then we have coins forming a heart, which is really cool. I killed one Goomba, so I can't get a 1-up out of this. Alright. And then we have this nice little throwback from classic Mario. And... oh man, listen to that fanfare right there. Classic Mario right there. We're bringing it back. That's really awesome. Another really cool thing is that, well, I mean, I guess it's not really that cool or something like that. 1-ups are really easy to get in this game because all your points are pretty much coins. Like, there's no score. This is probably the first Mario, this is probably like one of the few Mario games where there's no score at all. All your scores turn to points. So like, when you beat a level, every 10 seconds on your in-game timer is 1 coin, so you can get like lots of coins when you beat a level really fast. Alright, so in this level we have a new mechanic, and these are the flip-swap platforms. If you played Mario Galaxy 2, you might recognize these. And in Galaxy 2, every time you spin, the platforms will flip. In this case, since you can't spin attack, every time you jump, they will flip. Now, that's pretty scary, because sometimes you'll run into a situation where you don't mean to jump, and then, well, you just get screwed. So, hopefully, we don't run into that situation. This is, alright, there we go. That's sometimes a tricky start one to get. But there we go. In that sub area right there, it's a lot easier if you have the 3D on, just so your depth perception's better as you're navigating through those areas. And there we go. And with that, that is 2-4 completed, and we're doing pretty good. So yeah, I guess as it looks like right now, we're doing as much as we can within 20 minutes. So I guess that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so there's another mushroom house right here, which we're not going to be doing. And coming up is the airship. And you know what? That is going to be it for this episode. I'm just going to call it right here. We made a pretty decent amount of progress already in the first episode, so this LP probably isn't going to last that long, considering we're already almost 2 worlds in. We have 8 worlds, so... that is going to be it for this episode of Super Mario 3D Land, and next time we're going to be doing 2 Airship and moving on to World 3. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time. Goodbye.